cap or fact? The Dave versus Katt thing, Dave Chappelle versus Katt Williams thing. A video, y'all know about the Katt Williams thing, Katt Williams interview, Club Shay Shay, all of that. Shout out to them, Shannon Sharp. Dave Chappelle had something to say. He argued with D. Ray Davis on stage about it. They call it an argument, but kind of...
They seen it, Craig. Trust me.
I'm just saying.
They seen it.
But also, like, Dave Chappelle had this argument. Dave Chappelle had the mic. I didn't even hear nothing D. Ray Davis said because he didn't have a mic, and Dave Chappelle wouldn't let him get a mic. But whatever. That kind of lets y'all know how I feel about it. Feel like it was a little bit biased. Dave Chappelle, you said, I'm sure they heard it. If y'all didn't hear it,
they heard it, Craig.
Last thing, Dave Chappelle didn't agree with Katt
Craig,
Williams.
they clicked it because they heard it. They just want to hear what you think about it. Get to it.
I feel about it. Dave Chappelle was kind of, I feel like he was a little bit mad, a little bit bitter, a little bit maybe. Some of that energy was coming from the fact that Katt Williams, what's the name, kind of got more publication or more hear about or more hearsay, more word of mouth, more culture marketing than his special that he surprisingly dropped on New Year's Eve, which I watched, enjoyed, and I liked. But I didn't really hear about in the volume.
Of course you didn't.
As much as I've heard.
No one did.
As much as I've heard about Katt Williams. Because I was trying to figure out where that energy was coming from and why Dave would be saying this. Because you kind of need, he didn't say nothing about white people or da-da-da-da-da. He kind of did. He said something about, the producer. He said something about him. He said, he mentioned good things about Gary Owen, but he was white. But I'm just saying, like, and he also kind of came at the people who he felt wronged him. And it just, this a deeper convo, but if I'm going at the people that wronged me, and that's my mission, is it my fault that the people that wronged me look like me? I'm trying to avenge me, and the people that wronged me look like me, so I'm not supposed to go against them because they look like me, no matter how much wrong they did?
But why would Chappelle feel that way towards Katt?
Well, that's what
Katt didn't say nothing about Chappelle.
Yeah, he didn't.
Chappelle was hating. That's it. And I hate the term hating because I feel like that term just get thrown around like way too much. But like that's what was going on because, like you said, he dropped a special. I didn't even know he had dropped a special. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can watch. I ain't even watched it yet. But I didn't even know he even dropped a special. But I seen the Katt Williams, footage 2 or 3 different times. Mm-hmm. It was entertaining. And I think that's where that energy come from. And then he's smart enough to create a different narrative for the argument and for the hating that he's doing. But at the core, you're hating, bro. Because what you doing is actually hating on another brother. What Katt did was basically gave his side to the story because the negative narrative about Katt has been out for a very long time. It's a lot of stories that people do talk about, like the fly stuff he did, like he donated this amount of them. I seen a thing where they said in Philly he had came to a neighborhood and gave out like $200,000 in a neighborhood. Like you hear all these good stories about Katt, but the narrative, like as far as like the majority of the people who know anything in pop culture, he had a negative, stereotype to him. He changed the whole narrative of himself while fighting against the people that he felt helped boost that narrative about himself. So much so that none of them have really came out and said what he said was lies for the most part. Got a couple people that to be like, oh, it was a little bit extra on it or whatever. But for me, I think that's just the comedic in him. Like he
exactly.
Just
like you, extra. If you know the jokes, like if like people took that ludicrous, like I think we brought this up and we said this, but people took the ludicrous thing to heart. That was a joke. Like certain stuff was a joke, but the interview was so good, you didn't even know when he was joking.
Decipher when he joking and when
like if you knew, you knew. But if you didn't, you like. They had a meeting and they made him choose between which one of them. Why does that sound real to you? That obviously that's a joke. Yep. No, it wasn't no meeting that did that. But yes, people. That's his longer joke way of saying, yeah, Shannon Sharp. People do say me and Ludacris look alike.
Yeah, and I feel like the fact that people couldn't decipher that. That's why it's fair for him to talk about the things he talked about, and I think that's why. What Chappelle doing is way more directly just basically saying, like, I don't like the fact. Basically, like you said, you kind of overtook my moment. I don't like it, and you trying to like tear down other black people too. That's what they do, bro. They go into the we all brothers, bro. This ain't had nothing to do with every brother, because there's a lot of people that came out and said Katt was right. Katt telling the truth. People that came out and said I've seen Katt give his money to the comics on the card because they didn't get paid enough. It's people that came out supporting that. So you can't say this is fake. Okay, that stuff might be real, but all of it is fake. It's like, nah, bro.
To your point about like the people like, you know, coming out or like about how he trying to paint like Katt or whatever, and the people coming out, I love how in the comments you read, and it's a lot of people like, nah, I'm still riding with Katt. It's kind of some people in there, at least the video I seen, because I'm sure it's many other masses that feel different, whatever. The comments that I seen, people was like, nah, Dave, it's still not, you ain't really hitting, because when I'm listening to it, I'm like, Dave, what is you saying? Like, you obviously feel away. That's all it is. Like, he didn't diss you, and yeah, he dissed like some other people, and it was something about, oh my God, I shouldn't even be saying this as a comic, but I'm gonna give it to y'all because I thought it was funny, and it was just something I noticed. Look, it's something about when he was talking and he was on stage, and I was listening to the video, and it's just so Dave and captivating, and it was like, oh, you tried to Dave me. You tried to get me with that thing you do. But he was like, and if I told you my story, it would break your heart. And I was like, oh, you tried to Dave me. You tried to do that voice you do and that thing you do when you try to captivate me and catch me. But no, Katt not that wrong. He's not as wrong as you saying, and you not giving me enough points to agree with you or think about why he might be wrong, or why you just saying, oh, he shouldn't have taught a black. That's who did him wrong. They shouldn't have took his stuff in.
But you can't
why
say
is that not bad?
But see, he gave credit to other comedians that was also black, and I hate when people do that. You find the things you don't like about what a person says, and you try to hold on to that. So you gonna create a narrative to paint because of these people, but then you ignore all the other people that he showed love to. He talked about doing the Walk of Fame, and he felt like this person. He's like, you ignore all of this stuff he was giving to these people that most people never even heard of, and he was trying to put people on the map, show love to these different people, because you want to focus on these people over here that he has something negative to say about. And that's why I hate narrative painting, because people be quick to paint a narrative and ignore like the other half of the story, like we all didn't just watch the same interview. So you're gonna all try to paint this narrative that this was what the interview was about. Like,
I think that's what I didn't like. I think that's what I didn't like about it, because I know Dave is better than that and smarter than that.
Yep.
So that's when he was doing that, I felt like, what's the agenda behind this? Because I know you know what Katt was saying, and I know you know what he meant, and I would appreciate it more if you didn't even touch on it or talk about it, rather than you then go around and put a black man down.
Yep.
But you also got to get your piece of the content. I get it. If that's the name of the game, then cool. But it was just something about it when I read it that I didn't like, and I usually don't not like what Dave is doing. I'm usually in line with it.
There's always some logic in whatever Dave is saying that makes you, even if you don't agree with it initially, you'll be like, oh man, he brought it home.
Perfect point. It's usually some logic, and I guess I couldn't align with his logic in this when I usually can align with his logic. So that's why I found.
And I love Dave. I love the way Dave think. I love the things Dave come up with. I love his perspective on life, because sometimes it ain't my perspective, but his perspective is always interesting. To where it's like, damn, like I didn't even think of it that way. Like that's dope. It's not very many times where I hear Dave Chappelle say something and I think like, yo, you kind of hating, bro.
Yeah.
But just because you love somebody, that don't mean you can't hold them accountable.
Oh, nah, none of that.
This is a situation where Dave, you kind of hating, bro.
And it don't knock that he's still great. He's still Dave. He's still the top. He's still number one.
I still ain't watched the special yet, but I'm
gonna flawed like the rest of us. Yeah. The special. That's another point. I'm glad you brought it up. Special was dope. Special was funny. I did like the special. I'm a huge Dave fan, but still, I like the special and I like what he was doing.
I don't got Netflix. I got alternative
methods.
Alternative methods of watching. We need one of them VPN.
But hey, we don't know. We don't know what YouTube allow. Hey, we watch YouTube on YouTube.
Definitely watch YouTube on YouTube.
But it was just I just didn't like that. I didn't agree with that assessment that Dave put on it. I feel like Katt was right to say what he said. And the last point I'll make about it is that he was saying you hurting their money or taking money out of them. One, they get a bunch of money. Said then had about 3 shows, I think, that I just see him on that I never watched, but he keep getting shows. I don't know what that is, but it's something. So he keep getting the neighborhood show he had with old dude from another show that I watched.
I did not like that show. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yeah, like he got another show now with a lady, a woman or some actress or some exact. I don't know where it come from. Like I ain't hating, but shout out to Tubi, but I don't know like where all of this stuff be coming from. But hey, if that's how it goes, he not really hurting. He'll be all right. He not hurting for no money, and he got that cachet. The people that feel like we can't go see him no more, him or Steve or whoever, then cool. You don't want them there anyway. Trust me, still selling out the same arenas or theaters, whatever they were selling out. They not about to miss no coin. But Katt put a little bit of truth out there in the world, and maybe only we can't say that word. We can't say the N word. I don't think. Because they might trip on us, but the real ones would know. The real ones would know.
You know what Katt did?
And that's what all it is.
I'm going to tell you what Katt did.
And that's kind of probably all he wanted.
Katt turned everybody up. And this be I'm talking about, forget the narrative. Look at the reality of the situation. Katt turned everybody up. Everybody clicks went up. Everybody gained more followers. Everybody did more views on YouTube. You know why? Because everybody wanted to know what you thought about what Katt said. So all of y'all came up off of Katt. Not even saying that y'all wanted to, but you did. So what he really did was not only lift himself up for people to want to hear what he got to say in the special and want to hear Katt perspective on life, because now he's so captivating to people, a lot of people who didn't even know who he was. Not only do they all want to hear his perspective, they still want to hear y'all perspective too on what he said after they hear his perspective again. So he turned all y'all up.
Because he talked about y'all, all y'all was comedians, or like some comedians just jumped in and said what they did, and
you still went up. All you have to do is make a video, say such and such, reacting to Katt Williams' comments, blah blah blah. Turned all y'all up. It turned us up.
I was going to say, we did it.
Up.
Soon as we see stuff like that, we was like, oh yeah, we definitely got to bring up the Katt Williams.
No, that's the thing. I'm talking about when we did the short. That's our biggest short.
Oh yeah,
turned us up. So it's like, and that wasn't even even the content we was trying to necessarily make. But I'm just saying, like, for all them comedians that's mad, y'all are hating and y'all all need to get over yourself because he turned everybody up.
Hey, what's crazy is the Katt Williams bump is real.
Word.
Oh man!
Shout out to Willie D. Willie D.
I wasn't finna say nothing, bro.
I'm saying you gotta hold people accountable. I love Willie D. I love Ghetto Boys. I love everything about it. And the reason why I love Willie D, because he always is logical. He's always calm, cool, and collected about what he's trying to do. And when he said he had a Katt Williams video, I'm checking it out. It's Willie D. I watch Willie D content all the time. I didn't like the interview. Thought the interview was boring. Definitely didn't hold a candle to the one that was done with Shannon. Am I gonna stop watching Willie D? No. I'm gonna say Willie D. I didn't like that video. He just had a dope one with Dame Dash. I mean, I'm enjoying that. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's okay. Just because you love somebody, you can't not hold them accountable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Willie D.
Shout out to Willie D, but gotta hold you accountable, bro.
Willie D could box, so I thought it was a great interview.
Willie D would probably give your boy them hands. I'm a little younger, Willie, but I know I ain't got the win of a Willie D, and I ain't trying to have no smoke because you an OG, and I respect Willie D, and I grew up off Willie D music. I love Willie D. That just wasn't a good interview.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that, but I mean, jokes and all that, that's funny, but he definitely would. Put the beats on me though. But I will say this about the interview. I didn't really but I didn't really enjoy the interview as much, and it probably could have been because it was a little too soon. Maybe because it was a little bit like the moments we were still riding the high off the moments that we had, so let those moments die down and then get some.
It was a different vibe. That's what it was. Because Willie D ain't really gonna try to get you into certain bags. That's just not how. That's what I'm saying. It ain't got nothing to do with Willie D content not being good. Willie ain't trying to bring up certain things. What Shannon did, which is which you almost think Shannon did this a lot.
All right, let's close it out. Willie D didn't try to bring up certain things. He brought up some certain stuff.
No, but I'm saying, the way Shannon did it, the reason why the interview was more entertaining with Shannon is because Shannon realized, oh snap, I ain't gotta say nothing. I can let him go. And a good interviewer will eventually hear when it's like, I don't gotta say nothing to make this content good. He's giving me the content on his own.
Easy job right there.
Easy job. So he just said
easy
Katt
money.
I'm gonna tell you, he's a
Shout
person
out to DFS Space
who been writing his thoughts out. Essentially, what he did was let Katt just get it out. And it was just coming. It was just coming to, you know what I'm saying, to Katt, and we were just watching it, and he watching it, and everybody just let it go. With Willie D, I think like he did want to ask certain questions to try to, you know, shape a certain type of a conversation. Mm-hmm. And Katt was talking about those things too, but it just wasn't as gripping.
He
know
did.
What I'm saying?
Now, as a comedian, he did ask him a certain question, and I was interested in that. So, shout out to that. But, anyways,
it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good compared to what we all had
Shannon
just
Sharp.
watched.
Like I'm saying, I'm riding the high already off this. So if you're not finna give me another hit of that, don't give me the stepped on stuff yet.
Yeah.
Give me the stepped on stuff later.
That video was still going up. They was at like 30 mil in. Like they was still going up. But you know, shout out to Willie D, man. I love Willie D. You know what I'm saying? I love all them platforms. I watch all them. I'm sub to everybody. It just was one that, you know. Yep. And I probably would have held, like you said, I would have held that one off a little bit.
And I'd have made the same move. Oh, we got a Katt too? We put it out now.
Put it out.
Anxious,
Willie
right?
D got a bag too. He got views off that video, so I ain't hating. I understand why Willie D did it.
It's not Willie D first, last, or thousandth.
It's a legend. He a legend for a reason.
He's got bags, so I ain't tripping on that. But I'm saying me, I'd have made the same choice. Put this ASAP.